Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We are here for the 7th round of the English National League here at St George's Park, and we have Meteors, who are closest to you, with the black and red, and then it's Leamington Spartans on the other side with the red and black. So starting whistle, we've got a strong start there. 3 balls, that'll be to Meteors on the far side. You can see Henry Skinner running over to grab that ball as a ball retriever. Deciding to waste no time. Huge dodge there from Finn for Spartans. This is one of the most anticipated games of the season. This is a title league-topping clash to see, essentially. It might all come down to this, to see who walks away with the gold medal at the end of the season. Great. A good block. Oh, we've got a hit call there. Yep, so taking us out there, so that's 1 up to Spartans. You just got to walk when the ref says walk. So Nathan's making his way to the outbox. A good reply there. 2 balls on Strolls with the ball, and they managed to get underneath, so he can't make the block. Oh. Nice throw there from Reese. You can see that all the middle players are trying to keep very mobile and active, but Nick Messer didn't just quite manage to get out of the way there. So know that we're going to see a lot of aerial work. These teams are both really well known for their agility and stamina, so expect lots of diving, jumping in the air. And we've had a bit of a momentum shift very early on in this game. Spartans trying to control the pace. Ball possession is going to be really key in this one. So both teams really keen to not give away 4 or at the worst case scenario 5 balls. So there we are. Meteors with a 2-player disadvantage, deciding to make the most of it, try and get a 2-ball hit. We'll see what Spartans can do with the 4 balls. And sometimes it doesn't quite go your way. So suddenly we're back. Oh, catch and out called. So 4-3 up for Spartans. A great take by Brett in any case. Huge dodge from Harrison there. Nice. So you see Nathan Christopherson just putting a bit of pressure on the far wing. Yeah, Finn gets the ball to that ball, so that's a block on that side. Yeah, we've got about 40 seconds remaining, so it's going to be whether Spartans want to keep applying pressure. Nice, good defensive play by Reese Woodgate there, or whether they're going to try and go for the wipeout. So as we can see here, Meteor's getting 3 balls. Are they going to maximise this by going for a 2-ball release? Not quite. Oh, unlucky, so just a skim there on Joe Brown. So yeah, Spartans maintaining that pressure with the pre-throw. Oh, huge dodge by Darren Skilton. As you can see, Meteors trying to force it a bit. Got a bounce there, but there's the whistle, so that's 2 points to Leamington Spartans. They'll be pleased with that. It's going to be a long 15-minute half, so we'll see if they can keep up that momentum into the second set. Here we are, so, again, Meteor's very quick on that rush, but having popped it to the side, it's rebounded onto the Spartan side. Let's see how Spartans do with 3 balls. Oh, as you can see, a little spatter there, which is designed to make the player move and then hit them with that second ball when they've already committed to a dodging direction, but Brett coped admirably. Good, a duck there, they're going to wait. So Meteor's currently playing a very counter-heavy game. They're happy with those 2 balls, so if one's released at them, they're going to reply straight back, aiming for the hit on the receding player. Oh, unlucky. Nathan David looking around for the ball, but a bit too far for a diving catch. Unlucky there, gets a ball to the first one, and then not quite to the other. Exciting news, we're about to be joined by my co-host, John.
Massively sorry for being late.
Yeah, I think we're both on, so we're 1 set to Spartans.
Yes.
So we will be even in players with about 150 of the set to go.
watching the stream on the phone on the way over to make sure I didn't miss the first set.
Yeah, but it's all working then.
Yeah, it's all great.
Yeah. It's not your normal team today. Alex Such, who normally does all the camera work, is there ball retrieving in black on the far side, so give him a shout out. So we've got Pete Rose has stepped up admirably, so we're doing our best with the tech this end.
First set seemed really quite methodical and slow from both teams. It didn't seem like there was your usual chaos.
I think Spartans are trying quite hard to impress their style on it. I think they've worked out that that's their preferred game plan, which I think, while we're still even on players, I'd probably give them holding on to that advantage in this set so far.
100%. See, they're implementing the walkings, quite defensive, throwing up ball.
Yeah, especially like these are some of the most powerful arms in the league, so they're not too worried about taking the power off without the runner. They just want to get lucky, so that's a failed block from Finn. Right, 3 balls. About 45 seconds remaining.
And a double hit from Neely.
Oh, that's
it's even now.
That's a huge double hit there from Ryan Neal.
Oh,
no.
Straight onto the floor.
On it. Yeah, good dodge. So 2-on-1, 23 seconds to go by our clock. We might be slightly out, but we're doing our best.
Nearly with the last ball against Nick and Simon with 2.
So it's all about timing here. Go on, he's gone.
Great dodge from Simon.
By Simon Jones. You can see Neil's slight hesitation, trying to force the dodge. Good blocking. It's about keeping calm now for my Meteors.
And that's time.
Time 2-all.
Almost a very close set. Made a bit better by that double hit, which is incredibly unluckily.
Yeah, to get a double hit that close to the end and still lose the set, that's very unfortunate. Goes to show you can never switch off in these games, can you? Because even if you're not being thrown at, that ball pops up and suddenly it's all over for you as well.
100%.
So how's that? Oh, there we go. Balls everywhere on the starts. We'll get that other ball put in, so that's gone to Meteors, 2 balls to them.
Not sure what's been called.
It's been picked up on the mirror side for Spartans, so they get it back on the far court. The refs
I see. Great shot from Reese Woodgate.
Really good. Even with the big movement from Simon Jones, they're still clipping him on the ankles. I think Straub's in the back of the head as he went down to block the first one.
Spartans are given 4 balls though. We'll see what they do with this.
Only.
Great dodging. And a hit called on Joe and Brett.
So they really maximised the effectiveness of that 4-ball attack there.
Big movement, but Neely's out on the far side from Nathan.
So just like that, only 1 player in it. Meteors clawing back this player lead. Cross court from Harrison, they could be devastatingly effective, but a nice hop over there from Nathan Christopherson.
See how Spartans would like to play this.
Oh, yeah.
They have given away 5 balls though.
Yeah, so I think most of them would agree that was a good choice. I mean, you've only got 2 players in, surely they could only throw 2 at once. But done well there. Yeah, taking Harrison out with that one. Again. Oh, choosing to hold there, so that's 3 balls on Spartans. They've chosen to go 2 balls on one of these Meteors guys.
Nick and Nathan done a very good job to bring it back.
Yeah, definitely. So 3 balls for Spartans again.
Very safe throw from Reese there, not going to throw it at Nick, who's a notable catcher in the Super League.
Yeah. Got about 35 seconds remaining. Oh, beautiful.
Big dodge
Meteors
from
throwing
Reese.
very aggressive, so nice high shot, but Reese able to just duck underneath that one. Well done there. 20 seconds. A block, so that... Oh! Right, 3-1 up with
Catch from
10
Nick.
seconds to go. Surely.
Finn has no balls here. You can see this going to Meteors with all 5. And a hit there.
Well, I think fair to say, I think Spartans were dominating for a large portion of that set, but as you say, massive clawing back from Meteors there.
Big credit to the Meteors boys to bring that back. That was some very nice play from them.
We've got a substitution there, so we've got the Nathans coming off, and Skinner and Tim Day coming on. But I think an unchanged Spartans lineup.
We'll see what happens now. Tim brings a different dimension to the Meteors game, as opposed to being Simon, who's a bit more restrained. Tim's quite a bit more of a live wire. He's always up court. He puts a little more pressure than Simon may do.
Yeah. And he's just got such massive reach, hasn't he? He's so tall, he's got such long arms. That ball just moves so fast when he does decide to let go of it.
100%. Playing them in mixed for chipping them is always a danger.
Oh. Unlucky there, Joe. Got a lot of height, but not quite enough. Caught him on the knee pads, I think. Oh!
Good.
They've done well there.
Tim already throwing in ball.
I mean, could you think of anyone better for cross-court snipes in the Men's
100%.
Super League? Probably not. Oh, and there's a failed block there.
Couple of failed blocks there. Darren getting hit out on one.
Oh, great work by Henry Skinner getting his foot out of the way. I'd have backed that shot for a hit every day of the week, but he did well there. Yeah,
Oh, that's nearly out.
no messing about. They want those players out and they're just going to pick them off one by one. But 3 balls to Spartans now.
This is the first time that... Oh no. So the first time Spartans have been obviously down in a set.
Yeah.
And that's the set.
I think we go first to call that a bit of a momentum shift.
100%. You had a catch there from Brett, a hit out on Finn. It looks like Spartans have called a timeout.
Yep, I think that's quite wise, because I think you have a clash of styles here, don't you? In the Meteors, I've always thought thrive on chaos.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like using the whole court, whereas Spartans, they've got a very regimented, they're really well drilled. They're both exceptionally talented teams, it's just a different way of approaching it, isn't it?
I think mentioning Tim earlier is a good segue. Spartans in their subs have a lot of players that bring a different game style to the ones that they've got on court at the moment. So they're not going to bring on a player that's very similar to a player already on. They're going to bring on somebody like your Sam Richards or your Lewis Diggins, who add something different to the team and change the dimension of it. It's the same with Tim when he's on Meteors, and Henry as well, who's they're both players that add something different to those teams. So it'll be interesting to see where the game goes later on as the clash of styles kind of continues and the different teams kind of try and impose themselves.
So we reckon there's about 3 minutes left. It'll be interesting to see whether we're going into a slightly short set, or whether there's a chance that we might get 2 sets, even though they play the full 3 minutes. I think that was 3:13, if my lip reading's any good.
There's been no substitutions for Spartans from this timeout.
A line fault. You hate to see it. Oh, it's the worst way to go out, I always think. Straight off the start, you just got yourself all hyped up. Happens to all of us.
I think it was a very smart time Spartans to take a timeout because the momentum was fully with Meteors. A good trade from Tim to take out Reese.
Great trade from Tim. And I think both teams not afraid to be like, right, we need that player out. If it takes me out as well, that's fine, I'll get him.
Great counter and dodge from Ryan.
Yeah, there we go, very effective play there. And suddenly we're even again. I think you're totally right. Sometimes a timeout is as much about disrupting the opposition's momentum than it is about trying to change things up your end. They've clearly decided that they don't think they're far off with their lineup, or no one's tired enough yet. Simon will be devastated with that. Bounce called on the first, and then while he's on the floor, no mercy from the Spartans.
The Finn's ball had to go there because play 3 was called, and they went with a 2-ball attack. Luckily they got a hit out of it.
Yeah, so great awareness there, because that's another terrible way to be called out. So, as you say, potentially quite ambitious, throwing at Simon Jones on the floor.
I think Simon will be annoyed with himself because that's normally where he takes a catch.
Yeah, it's his bread and butter.
But I think Finn's low shots are incredibly hard to...
Yeah. He gets a little dip on the end, doesn't he?
It's annoying to play against.
As you can see, no quarter, both teams. If you're slightly distracted by your teammate walking off, like if you're just wondering whether someone's been caught in, don't look away because they will try and ping you off there and then.
I think we've got two of the better catchers on Meteors left in with Nick and Joe from the last game taking some amazing catches.
Yes.
Keeping them in some very vital sets.
And so I suppose interestingly, you'd probably peg Harrison as the strongest catcher left on Spartan. So that's an excellent.
Oh. As we were talking about Finn's low shots.
What a shot there. Just dipping in onto his knee.
You see Joe dropping the balls to try and take the catches there.
Yeah, so he's not scared to commit. He's got a lot of experience for a younger guy, Joe. So he knows what's needed of him. You're going to try and force an error with one of those balls. There we go. Nice. You never quite know whether Finn's out to hit them or he's throwing very close safe, but it was a good throw.
I found that sometimes I try and throw a safe ball and end up getting the hit anyway when unintentionally doing it.
Oh,
no hit there, great dodge.
And now he's got them.
It's called a bounce, but he line faulted.
Oh, so
almost a great trade from Straubs there to...
Yeah, really laying himself out for the sake of that hit. So as you can see, they're not prepared. Both teams are prepared to take that win as it comes rather than waiting for the set to time out. We're now going to have a minute set because we finished with less than a minute on the clock. Whether we can do that in the graphics? We can't. Right, so everyone can count in their heads.
It's nice to see that Spartans have definitely made a change in their playing from...
Yes, so we had tactical changes, if not staff changes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was almost... I know the plays that nearly were. Could have been a cross-court snipe and a catch from Straubs, but neither of them quite came off. 3 balls to Spartans. So not willing to concede much possession, both teams still playing a single ball game at this stage. Got very definitive corner on the blocks there. Skinner just gets his legs tucked away underneath.
Seems like Meteors want to have the 2 balls here. As great shot. And another catch. And a block. And a hit. Oh.
Hang on, right.
That is something.
So there's been a lot of chaos there.
Everyone
needing to take a step back.
2 players got very close to each other just then. We could see Henry Skinner was looking to get involved and was held back by his team, nearly straight away telling all the Spartans boys to get back.
Classic Tim, just going over to make sure everyone's all right. Should probably get back on his own side. But I think what that implies is that was the final whistle. So
you see the Spartans boys are moving over for half time. Yeah,
so I think the issue we've got here for the refs is trying to work out what happened either side of the whistle. So balls in the air go dead on the final whistle. So it doesn't matter if you were trying to make a catch.
So it's the set to Meteors.
Set to Meteors, so I'd imagine the refs would have a quick word because it got a bit frantic there in the middle.
Yes.
So tensions of course running high. This is a very important match, but none of us want to see anything like that. Because
I'm surprised they haven't come to us and asked for VAR yet. You saw a couple of the women down at the sidelines doing the VAR.
I don't think we're technically qualified, John, to do VAR just yet.
We're not. There's been a couple of instances of VAR at Uni Champs. They asked Alex to see the video that he'd used to see if somebody had lined before he suicided to win a game, I think.
Oh, wow.
So it's creeping its way in.
It's a hot button topic, isn't it? I think it's one of those ones where if you do it, because let's say it works very well in rugby and arguably less well in football.
Yes, I'm more of a rugby fan, so I've heard of the people's opinions of it in football.
I think having it as a resource when the refs ask to call to it, I think there's probably good legs for that. But I think if you're not careful, maybe you need something like the flags in American football where you've got 2 queries, and once you've had them, you're done. Are we calling this half-time?
I think we are. I think it's a timeout anyway because there's a refs discussion about what did happen in the neutral zone there.
Oh, we've got the graphic up and everything. Pete's on it. I'm actually really rude. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I need to go and put our cameras in charge. We'll be back in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. An exciting end to the first half.
There was quite a long discussion in that half-time about what happened, and it looks like both Brett and Darren have been blue carded.
That is a penalty set, so both teams will start a player down. In this set, there's no substitution, and then at the end of this set, they'll be able to join the queue they'll be able to join the lineup as per normal. But the teams must play short-handed. That's the thing about blue cards; they cannot bring one of their subs bench on.
Which I think is completely fair. Very good cross-court from Straubs.
As a bouncer, yeah, and I think we were just chatting about it off air, as it were. Reffing's incredibly difficult, and so much happens at any one time. Whenever I've started doing a few more of the reffing courses. And whenever someone's new to ref, I'm like, look, in football you've got 1 ball, and that's hard enough. In dodgeball you've got 5 balls and 6 people who can be doing stuff that didn't originally involve
what a shot from Straubs.
I think Spartans have come out with a point to prove it, would seem, from that first half. They want to take advantage of Brett being off. He's been Meteors captain for a number of years, and the energy he brings on the team.
A great 2-ball attack there from Finn and Reese, sorry.
Yeah.
I think as two players that have reffed a bit, Catherine a bit more than me, punishing both players is completely valid there. I think if you can't really ascertain who was genuinely at fault, and in a situation that was so high tense and so close, I think a punishment for both of them is 100% what I'd do.
Yeah, I'd agree. The neutral zone, I think it adds a really interesting dimension to the game. I quite like it as a function of the rule set, but it does create these situations where it's inherent on everyone to behave in an incredibly safe manner. And there have been a few discussions this season about clarifying rules about whether you can move into people, whether you can't move into people. But yeah, for 2 players to come into contact, either of them could have chosen for that not to happen. So I completely agree, and I think we did well there. Saw the sheriffs getting involved, Emily and Matt doing a fine job, and
that's a hit and a catch.
Just to rub it in, Alex Harrison with the rebound catch. So, and I think in these situations, as you'll probably agree, clarity is always most important. You won't make everyone happy. That's not what a ref's job is. But as long as you explain what you're doing clearly and why. Oh, 2 sets.
Oh, it might be a yellow card for both players.
Oh.
Which is 5 minutes.
Well, there we go. I think we've sent a very clear message there about behaviour.
Oh, another great shot.
Oh, bit long probably. I'm not sure he could have jumped for that.
I think the question is, I personally think Spartans would be a bit happier with the outcome there than Meteors, because I think Brett, being their captain and their caller, is a little more influential for the Meteors team than Darren is for the Spartans team. And also, interestingly, no substitutions from Spartans. They're sticking with the same 5 players other than Darren. You do see there are 3 subs in the bench that have been warming up.
It's such a hard one, isn't it? Deciding whether do you have the right idea, but you're just not quite pulling it off, or have you got the wrong idea and therefore you need to make changes? And especially considering, so where are we? We're 8-6 to Meteors, just because of that final set in the last half. It's such fine margins that I wouldn't want to call when you're doing subs in this game.
Great shot from Nick. It's an interesting one because I think Spartans have 3 players on the bench they've not used. Meteors have kind of been doing rolling subs. They've had some players off, some players on. The impacts those players, great catch.
Reese Woodgate making it look easy. I promise you it isn't. And he's hurt his finger.
The impact the 3 Spartan subs will make will be interesting to see what would happen. And that's set.
And that's set. I mean, my one point as a referee would be, I wish people would put their hands up.
Yes.
But no, so yeah, I think as you say, it's been nowhere near as damaging for Spartans to have this off as it is for Meteors. Even though the talent is well distributed across the Meteors team, that energy, that drive that Brett sort of instills into all of them. I think we must be going for a timeout, otherwise we're just having a little...
I think it is a timeout.
Yeah. There we go.
Those were 2 very convincing sets from the Spartans boys.
Yeah.
It didn't look like anything was inherently wrong. It was very clinical.
Yes. Yeah.
So the 2 players aren't back on. I'm not sure who called the timeout there because...
Well, it must have been Meteors, I think, because we had the Spartans timeout in the previous half.
But Meteors had very few words to say, it seems, as they've now lined up and they're ready.
I think sometimes, like their no-falls, it may well have just been to slow Spartans down a bit. And I think... Diggins was just the most on it with whether they were having a timeout or not. I was going to say, I didn't know whether we were seeing some substitutions from Spartans there. Okay, so this will almost certainly be the final set. Oh yeah, so we've got about 45 seconds, we reckon. We might be slightly inaccurate. And then those yellow carded players will move to the box, won't they? They'll be in the queue.
I say that like I'm more knowledgeable with refereeing than Kath is, when I think it should be 100% is the other way around.
No, it's fine. Don't tell anyone, but the sanctions is the bit I'm worst at. I just stand there with my phone and be like, yes, and I've given you a yellow card, and therefore...
Good hit. Called a bounce by Jordan, but
I think we've had an honesty trumping. Because it is still the case, like, you've got very experienced referees on this, but you can't see everything, so that player honesty is always so important.
Very true. I think this is the most even these 2 teams have been in the second half.
Yes, Meteor suddenly looking much more...
A lot of balls thrown there from Spartans. Maybe, and the players are back in the outbox. A good 2-ball attack.
Ooh. You can see his head move out of the way for that last minute flinch just to get under that ball. Big block there from Straubs. Oh, great work in the middle there from the Meteors team.
Interestingly, put Neely in the middle.
Well, but he's just so multi-talented.
I think he's looking to take some catches. Oh.
I mean, you can't.
And
you
a
can't
good
have
hit.
it.
A good hit from Alex to reduce the deficit a bit, but it is still 4 Meteors against the 2 Spartans.
And as we've been saying, taking advantage of that chaos. Right, so there we are. So we had a catch before he landed out, so that's fine. So that's Ryan Neal out, and then Joe back. Oh, what a ping from Harrison. So now Harrison's got to keep a close eye on how many balls he's got and how many balls he wants. So I believe he's now 1v4 balls-wise.
Yes.
But clearly they can only throw 2, you'd have thought. Good.
Oh.
It's so hard to know where to throw at Brett. Clearly I don't play him very often, but I have no idea what I'd do, to be really honest, because he can block, he jumps, and then he does those tombstone catches where if you go like gut height, you just totally sold yourself down the river.
From not having played with him at all,
From your limited experience, but also not at all.
having played against him maybe once or twice, I've noticed he does a little hop quite often.
Ooh, so would you go slightly above ankles?
I'd go shoulders, really.
Catch him on the way up.
So there's been a substitution, Alex Harrison for Basti Mitterauer, who's the Austrian international.
How confident are you on that pronunciation?
I tried my best. Basti, maybe.
So we are now 10-8 to Meteors as we enter. Oh, that was a big hit. I think that was
There was a hit on Finn, which was a glancing one, I think. But had a lot of big dodges from everyone else.
Yeah, so we reckon we've got about 7:20 left of this half, so we're just over halfway through. Still all to play for, so there's one set in it. We of course can't see the ref scoreboard, but that's just behind Emily there.
Very close to that backline, Basti, but not quite lining. Interesting to see Basti in the middle. He normally plays his trade at 6 or on the left to us.
Beautiful jumping. Wish I could do that.
So we'll see what he can add to the team.
Yeah. Block into the floor.
Another block into the floor.
Great reactions from Reese there. That was a cheeky shot from Brett.
I think it's interesting to see the life kind of Brett has breathed into the team from being off for the yellow
card. They just relax
card.
a bit, don't they? They're like, oh, okay, cool, Brett's here. Like, let's crack on.
But it's also the energy he's playing at. What a catch from Straubs! Just as we were singing Brett's praises.
Yeah, sorry, Straubs is there.
It's the commentator's curse, I think.
Yeah, exactly. We have to shut up entirely.
Couldn't take that one.
There we go. Never look away. Never look away, because Ryan Neal will quite happily spank you in the shoulder. Oh, huge movement from Basti there in the middle.
And a 1-for-1 there.
1-for-1. Again, we said it earlier on, they're never going to be afraid. If they've got someone in their sights, sort of to hell with what happens to me, I'm taking them down with me.
Also leaves Spartans in a... And a hit there, and a catch from Basti. Oh, it was called as a bounce.
We love those moments where all the players are just like, no, that's not what happened, carried on. Quite difficult from this angle because of course we've often got players in front of us where's the action happening. Well, there's another ongoing debate. Are you a side-on or an end-on dodgeball filmer?
In what way? Sorry, I was too busy distracted by the game.
No, it's fine, I'll ask you later. Oh!
There you go, another trade.
Well, Joe Brown with no option there, but did well to take Finn out with him. It's absolutely terrifying when you find yourself just staring down the barrel of, like, the other team's wing when you realise you're still in the neutral zone. So he's done well to make something of that. Oh, I'm surprised. Must have been sorely tempting to go for that ricochet catch, but it might have been grounded on the other side, actually.
It has been interesting to see that. Oh, and he's taken that catch.
That was unfortunate. It shows it's those tiny errors, isn't it?
And it's a draw.
Woo! Draw, and just like that.
Right in the depth of it.
Yeah.
Just going to say, it has been seen that they were pre-throwing Basti a lot at 2, or when he was throwing at 2.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the mind games of throwing at a player that you know has just come on court, and also a player that they may not have played against a lot. I know all of them are internationals on the Meteors team, but they may not have played against Austria when they've had Basti.
Yes.
So it's throwing against somebody that is a in a league where everyone really knows everyone, you're throwing out an unknown variable.
Yeah, having a bit of secret sauce. I think that's the bit that's also really hard to sort of explain if you sort of watch a bit of dodgeball, but...
Straub's catching Brett out the second set in a row.
Brett will have to get out of his pocket at some point.
And they brought Tim on for Simon? Oh no, Tim was on the previous set.
Oh, just get out really early on?
Yes, it was the trade with Reese, I believe.
Oh, well done. Yeah, so as you say, Meteors, I think, being a bit free and easy, it's more free with these substitutions, trying all their different things. Oh, the ball's gone all the way down the other end of the hole.
It's been...
I won't shout because it'll blow someone's...
It's currently playing on the...
there we go, getting there eventually.
The Bewdley Nighthawks 2s game.
Yeah.
Or Bewdley 2s, Nighthawks 2s, one of them. One of the neophytes or...
So we had a time stoppage to accommodate for that ball coming in, so the rest just informing the teams where we are. I didn't hear it very well, sorry Pete. So, I believe we got this and another set. Okay, Pete back in about 16 seconds off, apologies to people at home.
Oh, he didn't make the catch!
You can see exactly, that would have been an excellent play, but the cover there from Meteors turns that into a really important hit there.
But there was another hit on Joe.
Yeah, so actually, Spartans have done much better out of that than they deserved in some ways.
It seems to be a couple of these chaotic moments, ones you'd back Meteors as their bread and butter.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that's exactly the kind of thing they're trying to
Spartans
initiate.
They're not quite doing as well.
So
11-9 to Spartans.
We reckon we're about, what do you reckon, Pete? About 120 through the set, a bit less, a bit more?
That's right.
Set time looks to be about correct, so about 1:15 remaining in this set, and then there'll be a short set after this of like...
And a hit there on Nathan.
A little more than a minute.
2 hits there. Nathan and Nick going out.
Yeah, I have to say, so if you look at the style of the gameplay, and if you didn't know, if people had the like blank shirts on, I'd say this is more of a Meteors style game, and it's Spartans coming out on top.
They are all wearing red, so maybe...
I said one's in red and black and one's in black and red, just to help people...
yeah, well, Spartans are mostly just red. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what Henry wants to do here, facing the 5 Spartans, to see if the team want him to...
Because he really can catch when he wants, like, not when he wants to, that's unfair, you know what I mean? When the chance presents itself, he can sink him as good as anyone else in that Meteors team, but that's... I mean, I think, like, if we ever start doing it, I'd know who would it be, like, energy gel player of the day. Straub's going to be right
At
up there
the moment, it's really tough because everyone's playing very, very well. Nobody's playing substandard or subpar. Everyone seems to be doing a lot.
We make it a draw, so, and I'm sure Pete's right, I just can't see the other scoreboard. So it really is all to play for with about a minute to go.
It does look like it's 11-11.
So it's actually, we can move a little further because we're on headphones, but never mind. Great, and now of course, 1 minute remaining. Good call from Anne that everyone heard.
This is a...
Very tense.
Oh, there are...
Ooh. Oh, right, so a missing player there, a key moment. I think it's, as we were just saying, it feels like Spartans should be further ahead in this, but it shows that it has been working for Meteors at points.
Yeah.
Like, they've obviously taken those key moments to not let Spartans get away with it.
Spartans are currently a player down.
Nathan was really after that one, but a good lead just put to the side of him. Again. Oh! Evened up!
Oh! And the catch! And the catch! Spartans are 1 player up with 3 balls, it seems.
That's...
Play 2 has been called.
Shouting to be heard.
And another catch from Straubs!
So
last time! It has to be Straubs.
What even is his real name?
Mark Allen. It has to be Mark.
Mark Allen.
That was a class game from both sides.
I think, to be honest, that really is an excellent example of what we're all here to see. We had that little moment before half-time, which the refs then got right on top of, sorted out. Emotions do run high. We've got to play safe. They set a good example that they weren't going to tolerate it, and then we had just an amazing second half of dodgeball. I hope you all on the stream really enjoyed it. Any last comments?
I'd say that was a game where you had two of the best teams in the country, and rightfully so.
Okay.
Neither of them really made a mistake, and it was just every set they pulled more and more out of the bag, and it was just a fabulous display of high-level dodgeball, and probably two of the best cloth teams in the world could take on a couple of international teams. So
yeah, that's all that cloth dodgeball is supposed to be.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, do check out britishdodgeball.org. We've got a club finder on there. If you've randomly found us on the internet and want to have a go, we're all over the country. It's not all that serious. You can just come and have a laugh and see if you like it. But yeah, I think we'll let Pete have a break. We'll sign off.
And then we're back for
another
Storm
game
Sheriffs.
shortly. Yeah.